I hate being handed things. Welcome to Grumble Goat. My name is Matt Labodka, and this is a show about all the small things that drive me insane. Let's grumble. Would you just set it down? Just put it down. It doesn't specifically have to go into my hand. Just set it down. These aren't nuclear secrets. These aren't classified documents. You put a bagel on a plate. I don't need to grab it from your hand. This isn't a relay race. This doesn't have to go human contact to human contact. Just set it down. There's no archival chain of possession. Just put it down. I swear, thank you. I will say thank you. Just put it down. If you go to a restaurant, the waiter doesn't hand you a plate. They set it in front of you because that's service, not requiring the other person do effort. If you're doing me a favor, great. Thank you. I appreciate that. Just set it down. So you don't have to put it in my hand. I don't know why the chain of possession is so important. You just set it down. I swear I'll get to it. My hands are full at the moment. Now, if I ask you for something, if I asked you for a cup of coffee and you come in with a steaming cup of hot coffee, I will probably grab that from you and I will be, thank you, this is delicious, this is what I wanted. But if you just made a light snack of carrots and peanut butter, you could just set it down. You don't have to hand it to me. I don't know why. I don't know why I hate being handed things. And the thing is, what irks me is that this was Tony Stark's character trait in Iron Man, right? Tony Stark doesn't like being handed things. And I was like, I know that feeling. I'm right there with you, Tony Stark. Now, I don't have a lot in common with Iron Man, right? He's a nuclear physicist or a rocket scientist or something like that. I don't know, but it irks me because it's sort of a quirky little throwaway little thing for Iron Man to have, but it's real. And what's nice about his hands is his hands have cannons built in. So if somebody tries to hand him something, he can just blow it up. And see, it would have been fine if you just set it down, but the man's hands explode. Just like my temper, because I hate being handed things, and that's the grumble.
Grumble, 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 grumble.
What?
Grumble, 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 grumble. What's got your goat?
For the latter half of the show, we'll bring in my better half, Veronique, for an unpretentious look and a segment we call
What's got your goat?
Veronique, thank you for joining me today.
Oh, you're welcome, Matthew.
How are you today?
I am doing great.
Okay.
How are you doing today?
Well, I've had a couple days off, but you've been working.
I've been working.
All right. How's work going? How is January work going?
You know, the first 2 weeks of January were actually great because I think people were still celebrating the holidays and businesses were still celebrating the holidays with their employees that they decided to not fire.
Yeah.
All these companies are firing everybody.
A lot of firing.
Woof, woof.
Yeah.
Like when they do these massive layoffs, I just think, thank God I'm an artist. I'm already unemployed. I don't have to get fired.
But things are busy at the restaurant?
Oh, yes. No, not anymore. It's slow now.
It's slowed down.
It's slowed down.
Okay, so you can give people a little more personal attention now.
Yeah, if you want to. I mean, yes, you should always. You know what? You're right. I have been giving people personal attention. I talked to people yesterday.
Oh, you actually spoke to your guests.
I showed them a little bit of who Veronique is.
Oh.
Yeah, I do that from time to time. I sprinkle Veronique.
They got a little sneak peek at Veronique.
That's right. They got a sneak peek at Veronique. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
It's very exciting. And they love it. They're like, this lady, what is she talking about? And then they're just like, I don't think they know what to think when I walk away after I say some of the things.
No, a lot of people don't know what to say.
Yeah. I mean, it's related. Like sometimes it's about what they're talking about as I'm at the table, which I'm sure they love. I'm sure they absolutely love hearing that your servers eavesdrop on you and listen to what you're saying.
Yeah.
Some of the times I don't because I don't care. But sometimes if it's juicy, I'm like.
Often waiters, the way a lot of waiters add a personal touch is write a little thank you with a little smiley face emoticon on the check.
Yeah.
Do you do something like that?
So I write thank you, but what I've started recently is I do a thank you explanation point with a heart at the bottom.
Oh, a heart at the bottom. Ooh.
I think it's working.
You're leading people on.
I am just saying I have a heart and I'm a good person. What I started doing yesterday, I wrote happy birthday as well.
Oh, just instead of thank you, you just write happy birthday now on random checks?
No, I won't do it at the bottom. I'll do it on the top so they can see happy birthday, thank you, heart. I care about you.
A merry on birthday to you. Boop, boop, boop. Often when you go to the table with a check, often there might be a fight, people arguing over the check.
Happened last night.
How do you know who to hand the check to?
That's right. They just go, they go, they reach. Sometimes
reach.
they find you at the bathroom and they're like, take this before anyone else pays for it. And you're like, oh my God. I don't know what the deal with this. Just pay the bill.
Yeah.
Like, what is this one-upping thing? I don't get it. I don't get it. But people do it all the time.
Yes.
And they as long as you tip 20%, I don't care who pays the bill. Okay.
Who do you decide? How do you decide?
Usually the
Or
rule.
do you just like toss it on the table and let them like wolves fight over it?
I've done that before.
Sure.
Yeah, I've done that before. Usually if someone's lunging with the check or says, I'm taking care of this, that you ignore everyone else at the table and you hand that check.
So you definitely like hand them the check. You hand it to a person.
Yeah, well,
you don't just drop it on the table.
I put it on the table. I put it on the side.
Okay.
Sometimes if people's hands are out, I hand it to them. But it's really hard when I have things in my hands.
Yeah.
And then they're like, here you go. Or when they stack plates for you, which is a no-no. Stop doing that, everyone.
Yeah.
Stop stacking your plates.
Right. Yeah. Let the waiter handle the plates, because if you hand them a plate,
forget about
you've thrown off everything.
Yeah, you set us up to fail let us do our job. And then
So you don't like being handed plates?
no, it's not that, but it's like I either have a tray in my hand of drinks that I have to hold, and then like here, and you're just like, stop handing me things.
Yeah. Stop handing me things. Thank you.
That's it. Stop handing me things. Well, I know you don't like that. You actually hate that. You hate that. You don't like to be handed things.
Yes, I hate being handed things.
I think a lot of people don't like being handed things.
You think so?
Yeah.
I thought that was unique to me.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, tell me what your experience is with other people.
Well, I asked one of my very good friends, and he also doesn't like to be handed things.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. He doesn't understand the purpose.
Yeah, just set it down.
Right, just set it down.
Just set it down. There's a table next to me.
Right.
Like, just set that down.
I heard you.
Oh, thank you. I can acknowledge and receive something with my voice. I don't have to move my hands to take it from you.
Amazing.
Especially if its purpose is to be on the table, in which case you're just handing it to me so that I can lower my fingers a few inches and put it on the table where it's supposed to be. Just put it on the table.
Just put it on the table.
Just put it on the table.
Right in front.
I don't need that right now.
You don't need that right now.
Yeah.
I think people have handed you things when you have your hands full a lot of the time.
It happens. It has happened throughout my life, yeah.
Throughout your life. I've witnessed it many times.
I have trauma. I have
Clearly.
around
One
being
time I
handed
was standing there trying to hand you something, and you took the longest pause. You put your head down, and you were like, I don't like to be handed things. I felt
you
for you.
Just set it on the table.
I felt for you, and I was like, why am I doing this? I don't normally do this. I don't normally stand here and like.
Because what it is if you're standing there and you're bringing me something, like say we're having breakfast together and you were the one that made the breakfast in the kitchen,
right?
And you come out with 2 plates, and you stand next to me, and you're hovering with a plate in front of my face. It's demanding I give you 100% of my attention.
Yes.
Stop everything you're doing at this moment. Nothing you're doing matters anymore. No. The plate is all that matters, and you will take it from me.
Acknowledge that I did this for you.
Right. If I got mail, have I ever handed you your mail before?
No.
No, I bring up all the mail and I set it on the counter. All that mail will be acknowledged at the proper time in its due course.
We do set things down for each other. That's what we do.
But here's your plate.
You're special.
Look at me. Acknowledge me, take the plate, and get on your knees and bow to me.
Yes.
Like, what do you want?
What is the craziest thing that someone has handed you?
I don't know. I hate when somebody hands me something like greasy.
Right, yes. So I know that you don't like greasy things.
Yeah, here, hold this wet or sticky or greasy thing. Like, oh, here's your, I'm from Chicago.
Okay.
In Chicago, we dip our sandwiches. You get an Italian beef, you dip it, right?
Yeah,
so it's greasy, right?
Yeah.
If I'm not ready with my napkins, ready to eat, don't hand it to me yet.
Yeah.
Just leave it in the sack.
Yeah.
Because greasy hands, that's a whole experience.
It's slippery.
When I have dipped Portillo's, right, I reserve one hand to be the grease hand and the other hand to hold my cup so that my beverage doesn't get all greasy.
Oh, see, I don't plan ahead that way. I love messy food. And I just go for it.
Right. Yeah. It's plate right up to the face.
Yeah. Plate right up to the face. And then I want to take my beverage and I look at my hand.
Oh, Veronique.
What do I do? And
what have you done?
What have I done?
Another time people will hand you something is like if you're in line to go see a movie or something that involves tickets.
Yes.
You go to the circus or something.
Yeah.
And then as you get to the front of the line, somebody will want to hand you your ticket. And I'll be like, why are you handing that to me? just hand that person 4 tickets, they will let 4 people in.
Oh, I know. People passing back the ticket.
Yeah. Oh, here's your ticket. Yeah.
Yeah, some people like to hold onto their tickets. But yeah, it's so silly. I just want the person that has all the tickets to do the ticket thing, and I stand behind them and I just walk into a theater. I don't want to think about the tickets. I don't want to hold the tickets. I don't want to touch the tickets. I don't care about the tickets.
Yeah.
You know the worst line?
What's the worst line?
The TSA line. The TSA line is the worst line because you have to have your ID out.
You have to have your hands.
Your ticket?
You have to have your hands full.
Your hands are full. And
you have to take your shoes off. You have to take your belt off. Your hands are full. You have to have your ID. You have to have your boarding pass. Take your shoes off. Take your belt off.
But don't lose this.
Yeah, don't lose
it.
All those things have to be in your hand. Keep them in your hand. It's like a Simon Says.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. Your hands are constantly busy.
You can't just do things.
Yeah.
I need like a fanny pack. I need like a tool belt.
Yeah, but if you had a tool belt, you wouldn't get through the TSA.
I would have to take that off too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, it's the worst.
It's the worst.
Oh my God. I mean, this goes back to like, I briefly lived in California.
Okay.
And we would take some trips to Vegas. I've been to Vegas a bunch of times, right?
Vegas.
And on the corner, every street corner, there's the guys. They're flicking cards against their hand. Oh. And they're call cards for call girls.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It's like business cards for call girls. Oh. So you learn very quickly, don't take anything anybody hands you.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Unless you want a call girl.
I already was used to
What
not
happened? You took a card, didn't you? You took a card one time. How'd you get the call girl?
The first time I was in Vegas, we turned it into a competition, me and my buddies. We tried to see who got the biggest stack of those cards.
Oh my gosh. Well, what does that even mean? Like, what do you do when you have the call girl cards? Is it just like a naked nudie photo?
No, it's
like two.
It's like a business card for the girls.
Oh, I understand. So you can call them whenever you want. You got your business card.
It's like a business card, but it's not a traditional business card. It looks more like a baseball card, and it's got a sexy photo on it.
Oh, it has their photo.
Presumably, although you never know who you're going to get
That's
when you
right,
call
you
those
never
things.
know.
I've been shafted one too many times.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's one way to get your business cards out.
Slapping the cards against his palm and then try and put it in your
Hire
hand.
this one.
Yeah.
She's great.
Hey, trust me, she's a good one. You're going to like that. If you hear this voice answer the phone, don't worry about it. It's her. It's her. It's not going to be someone else I send. Maybe it's part to do with baggage, Maybe I just feel like I'm holding on to too many things.
Ooh, I could see that for you because you're a free soul. You're like a little free bird.
I'm a free bird.
Yeah. Baggage. Yeah, exactly.
Baggage.
Like, but you're the type of person that you're just like, you can just go, right?
Right.
You like that. You like just like pack up a backpack
Yeah, I don't
and
like
then just
being
like go.
weighed down.
You don't like to be weighed down.
I don't like to be weighed down.
You don't
hand me your things.
Yeah.
It's the problem with the service industry, though, is people are constantly handing me things.
Well, that's your job is to be handed things. And like, I just have this image of you like holding a ladder and someone's on the ladder and then someone just hands you a hammer.
Okay.
Right? And then you're
imagery.
like, okay. And then I have this hammer. And then another person is like, oh, can you hold this rope? So you have like this rope.
You're describing my nightmares.
Yeah. While you're holding a ladder
I'm like
for
responsible
someone.
for doing something with my hands, but everybody keeps handing me things.
Right. And you're responsible for not having the person fall that's on the ladder, but now you have a hammer and you have a rope. And what's another thing that someone could hand you in that moment that you could take?
What are you talking about? I'm already holding two things. Both my hands are full, and I'm responsible for holding the ladder. But I can't hold the ladder.
Yeah.
What else can someone hand me?
Yes.
A lollipop.
Oh, that can go in your mouth. What do you think is the thought process that goes through someone's head when they see you holding a ladder and you have a hammer and a rope and a lollipop in your mouth?
I don't.
What do you think?
This is not something I'm complaining about.
What are you talking about? You are complaining about this. People are handing you things.
I'm talking about like a real situation. You're just making up gibberish.
This is a real situation.
You're just making something up. No. You're like, what if you were holding, what if you were Atlas and you were holding the world on your shoulder and somebody hands you the moon? Where are you going to put the moon?
Yeah, right. In your back pocket.
Well, my mouth is full of lollipops, so I don't know where I'm going to put the moon. What's somebody else going to hand you? I don't know, the sun?
It's going to burn you up. You're not going to hold anything like that.
Right.
Set you on fire.
Yeah. No, just little things. Just don't hand me little things. It's like when you're the ring bearer at a wedding.
A lot of responsibility.
You have to hand off a very expensive thing, and it's very small.
Have you ever been the ring bearer?
Yeah, of course.
So I've
officiated weddings and handed out the rings that were in my pocket. Like,
but here's the funny thing.
And everybody's hands are sweaty at a wedding.
They're very sweaty.
Handing off rings is hard. Small thing. But I'll tell you, you know who can relate to what I'm saying?
Woo!
Frodo. He knows the weight of a ring.
Oh, he sure does.
Yeah.
Yes.
And in the end, guess what he couldn't do?
Throw it away?
He couldn't give it away.
Wait, he didn't throw it in the fire?
No.
What? Wait, what happened?
He couldn't let it go.
Who did it? Who threw it in the fire?
Gollum.
Gollum, and then Gollum threw himself in it.
Because
right?
rings are hard to give away.
They
rings
are hard to give away.
Rings are hard to hand off.
They are. There's a lot of responsibility. It says you're worth it, and that's hard to say.
No, it's just physically hard. You're sweaty.
This has been an episode of Grumble Goat.
Thanks for listening.
I'm Mat Labatka.
I'm Veronique Hurley. Please subscribe.
I hate when people say please subscribe.
Grumble, grumble, grumble.
I need like a fanny pack. I need like a tool belt.
Thanks for listening. And while I have your attention, if you've been enjoying the show, don't forget to leave a review and don't forget to Grumble Goat responsibly and share with a friend.